Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good luck sleeping. You're watching PNT. I'm your host, Passively Active. Up front this week, according to online sources, a California grandfather took matters into his own hands by throwing a criminal off of his roof. 83-year-old Willard Burgess of La Puente, California was sitting in his house when a suspect local police were chasing stood on his roof and refused to surrender to authorities. As the siege lengthened into hours, the frustrated Burgess finally grabbed a ladder and told police, "That sucker's coming off," before climbing onto his roof and shoving the criminal to the ground below. Picking him up out of the bushes, officers took the unidentified man into custody and submitted him for a medical and psychiatric evaluation. Asked why he acted, the protective property owner put it bluntly: "Just because you're old, you don't mean you got to sit down. As long as you're able to move, move." Well said, Mr. Burgess. Well said. From crashing criminals to falling fish, our next story takes us south of the border, where residents in Mexico were recently pelted by a light rain and fish? According to multiple reports online, residents of Tampico, Mexico were startled last Tuesday when their afternoon downpour included a smattering of small fry. Photos and videos posted to an official civil defense Facebook page show the skydiving sardines flopping around on the ground. While one generally doesn't hear songs about April trout bringing May flowers, scientists state that the phenomenon is not that uncommon in coastal areas and has been reported since ancient times. Tornadoes that form over water, also known as waterspouts, can suck large amounts of water and often schools of fish into the air, where they can then travel for miles on the jet stream before finally falling to land. Waterspouts are often to blame for falling fish, frogs, and other aquatic creatures. While some might see a rain of fish as a sign of the apocalypse, residents in Tampico have a different take, seeing the free-fallen fish as a blessing from God. From holy mackerels to blanched bacon, our final story in our weekly roundup of the weird takes us to Virginia, where residents have reported sightings of a mysterious albino pig. According to online sources, neighbors of a Glen Allen neighborhood began seeing the perky porker in early September, but the pig has proven difficult to catch. Resident Jessica Howard had a run-in with the phantom pig returning home from church. According to an interview with WRIC, Howard, quote, "was surprised when the pig ran right out in front of my car. I stopped and slowly got out, but the pig took off running." Perhaps relieved or disappointed that a bounty of bacon was not forthcoming, Howard reported the sighting to local animal control officers. Henrico Animal Protection has since received multiple calls about the pig, which is suspected to be either someone's escaped pet or a harbinger of the end of the world. While some neighbors have been putting out food in an effort to either catch the animal or to appease its divine wrath, officials warned residents to leave the job to professional pig wranglers. Admitting that, quote, "it is virtually impossible for anyone to chase and catch a pig that is free roaming," animal protection officers stated that they are, quote, "happy to discuss a potential plan of action with anyone." While PNT agrees wholeheartedly with this statement, and given the difficulty involved, we cannot help but wonder if anyone has yet attempted to nominate the secretive swine for a political office, if only in an attempt to lure it into productive channels and contain its chaotic rampage across America. That's it for our weekly roundup of the weird. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. Be sure to stop by Wednesdays for PNT's Paranormal News Minute, and stay tuned to the channel for our ongoing series of investigations into hidden UFO history, strange mysteries, and our monthly review of UFO sightings from around the world. If you like what we do, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Links are provided in the description below. We thank you for watching and ask that you click like, share, and subscribe below. I'm your host, reminding you to keep an open mind, because a closed one shuts out the truth. Henrico Animal Protection has since received multiple calls about the pig, which is suspected to either be someone's escaped pet or a harbinger of the end of the world. While some well, shit, I just can't get this one. 3, 2, 1. Dignity. Always dignity.